Hey friends, we are ready for chapter 3. Chapter 2 ended where Freddie had a great idea and you made a prediction about what his great idea was going to be. So let's read chapter 3. The title is The Door Disaster. Slamming the door reminded me of this Commander Upchuck episode I saw one time on TV. Commander Upchuck had this really bad toothache. His tooth hurt so bad he wanted to get it out. So he asked his friend, Cookie, what he should do. Cookie got a string and tied one end of the string to Commander Upchuck's tooth and the other end to a door. Then he slammed the door a bunch of times and boom, the tooth came out. Hey, why didn't I think of that before? I said to myself. I was so excited. I ran to my treasure box, dumped it on the floor, and started digging through my stuff. I found my Commander Upchuck fan club membership card, the $2 bill my grandpa gave me for my birthday, my hammerhead magnet from the aquarium, the plastic sword and mini umbrella from my fancy drink at the grown-up restaurant, my shark tooth necklace, and my dad's cool business card. He's a producer on the kids' TV show Fun Factory. Then I saw it. The string I found on the playground last week. Great. I knew it would come in handy. Now I needed some tape. I'm not very good at tying. In fact, I can hardly even tie my own shoes. So tape would make my job a lot easier. I scanned my room for the roll of tape I borrowed from my mom and spotted it in my fishbowl. What on earth was it doing in there? Oh yeah, now I remember. I was pretending it was a hoop and I was trying to train my goldfish, Mako, to swim through it, just like the dolphins at the Wet n Wild. I really want a dog because you can teach them to do lots of cool tricks, but my mom says a dog is too dirty and it would destroy the house. What does she think a dog is? Godzilla? I pulled the tape out of the fishbowl and dried it on my pillowcase. There's a picture. As I started taping the string to my doorknob, my sister came running down the hall and pounded on my door. I jumped back. Hey, shark bait, she yelled. I'm doing my homework and I can't find my pencil sharpener. Did you take it? She asked, trying to push my door open. Oh no, I couldn't let her in. If she saw me using my mom's tape on the doorknob, she'd tell on me and then I'd really be in big trouble. I leaned on the door as hard as I could and yelled, Go away, dog breath! I don't have your dumb pencil sharpener. Hey, let me in, chubby cheeks, she demanded. What are you doing in there anyway? Nothing, you big pain, now go away. You must be up to something if you won't let me in. I'm telling Mom. Mom, Dad, Freddie's up to something, she called as her footsteps disappeared down the hall. Now I really had to hurry. I didn't want my parents to see what I was doing, or I'd get in big trouble for two reasons. One, I was only supposed to use her tape for special art projects. Two, my mom, the clean machine, would go nuts if I actually did yank my tooth out and got blood all over the carpet. I didn't care. I had to get my name on that big tooth. I picked up the string, wrapped it around my tooth a couple of times, and tried to tape the end to the front of my tooth. Oh, come on, you stupid string, I muttered under my breath. The string and tape were both getting all wet and slimy from my spit, and they kept slipping out of my fingers. I pulled some of the string out of my mouth and looked at it. It had a gooey chunk of tuna noodle casserole from dinner stuck to the end. I licked it off and tried to tape the string on my tooth again. Just then there was another knock on the door. Honey, what are you doing? I gulped. It was my mother. I grabbed the string and tape and tried to yank it out, but it was stuck. The string had gotten caught between my teeth. Freddie, are you all right? Uh-huh. I can't hear you. What did you say? She started to turn the doorknob. See, said my sister, I told you he was up to something. Oh no, I couldn't let them see me tied to the doorknob like this. My mother would go crazy and I'd never hear the end of it from Susie. I ripped the end of the string off the doorknob and shoved the whole thing, tape and all, into my mouth just as my mom pushed the door open. What's going on in here? None, I mumbled, trying not to open my overstuffed mouth. She looked around my room. Why is the stuff from your treasure box all over the floor? Did you make this mess? Uh-huh, I answered, shaking my head. Well, then who did? The boogeyman? Freddie, how many times have I told you not to make a big mess right before bedtime? You have 2 minutes to put everything away, mister, or no TV tomorrow. Do I make myself clear? Mm-hmm, I nodded. I mean it. 2 minutes. Okay, I said, trying not to open my mouth. Not very talkative tonight, are you? Are you still upset about not losing a tooth? I wish she would leave already. I was going to swallow the string and choke to death if she stayed a minute longer. Don't worry, I didn't lose my first tooth until I was in first grade. She smiled. Now hop to it. You've got 2 minutes to clean up this mess, and then I'll go back to give you a kiss goodnight. She left, and I finally split the slimy, sticky, soaked wad of tape and string out of my mouth. Whew, that was a close one. Since the doorknob plan required tying, and I probably couldn't even learn to tie my own shoes in less than a week, I was going to have to come up with another plan. I squeezed my lucky shark tooth. If I squeeze it hard enough, a good idea pops into my head, but nothing was popping in there tonight. I lay down on my bed and hit my forehead with the palm of my hand. Think, 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 I said. And that's the end of chapter 3. I'm curious if your prediction was right. And you'll go to the next slide for your activity.